Oh, do I feel good today? What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday, September 26, 2023. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. All of our odds are presented by our partners, the king of all sportsbooks, BetMGM. We are powered by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not even close. I'll get to the busy day in a second, but on a day when we end our week and me and the counselor of the week links, I'll take that all day. What an incredible night for the crew. If you watch Prime Time, Early Edge, you had all the plays. AB has been on absolute fire. If you're not tailing his picks, I don't know what you're doing. EC, 2 out of 3. Proppy, 3 out of 4. My man Buckets, who, by the way, is in the chat right now. Any soccer questions, put them in there. He will answer them in real time. That's why we're a crew. One person misses, 3 more hit. That's what we do. Now, I mentioned the busy day at the brand. Well, how about our we waste no time in getting back to the NFL. Our Week 4 mega preview today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But it doesn't stop there. There's a very, in fact, it's my favorite event in golf, the Ryder Cup. It is this week and tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We will be live with me, the counselor, Patrick McDonald, the entire crew, breaking down the Ryder Cup, which kicks off on Friday. That is all today. But what about the here and the now? I'm glad you asked. Bringing the stars to the show. You know them, you love them, and it's an embarrassment of absolute riches this morning. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? Zack Attack live from Las Vegas. Mikey B, no kids today. Sniper, the man is back. Oh, but who gets the 15 seconds this morning? More drama, gentlemen, last night. More drama. Let's recap very quickly, counselor. Night 1, I take it away from you. It wasn't plus 1,000 for the gym. You were okay with that. Then you got into the club, and then you've been touting, talking. It's what you do, and that's what I would do. But then last night, for the first time in gym history, replay takes it away from you. I think you deserve the 15 seconds just to tell us how you feel about such a disservice to you.
This feels like a conspiracy to the all-time gem champ. Listen, I should be a 3-time champ, and we're only heading to week 4. The Tutu Atwell overturn, I have it on good authority, Coach, that when they were reviewing that play, they actually called you and asked you what you thought. Very, very interesting. All of a sudden, the Tutu Atwell touchdown is no longer. I am a 3-time champ as far as I'm concerned. In the record book, it's only 1 this year, but I'll keep climbing.
No, nobody called me on that one, but very interesting theory there, counselor. Very interesting theory. All right, gentlemen, you know what we do every single week when it's in September and October. We use baseball to stack our accounts so we can bet on football. That's simply what we do. So here's what we're going to do today. Oh, and it does make a little sense that Buckets would be in the chat. Who's going to go the yard today? Your nemesis, Sniper. Your nemesis. Aaron Judge. Jordan Alvarez, Jorge Soler, of course, Byron Buxton, and Peter Alonso. Sniper, start us off.
Well, first off, a little self-deprecation here. I might remind everybody that on Friday, Aaron Judge was on our board, and he ended up hitting 3 home runs, and I didn't say one word about him. So I'm sorry, big man. You win that one. I'm actually going to go with Pete Alonso on this one. Seeing that plus 450 next to him, he hasn't hit a home run since September 15th. I'm not that worried about it. It's 9-game drought, but he's already had an 11-game drought and a 12-game drought this season. And both of those times he snapped out of those with multi-home run efforts. Looking for a long ball tonight against lefty Braxton Garrett. Alonso saw him last week. He went 1 for 3. He's 4 for 13 in his career with a home run against Braxton Garrett. So I'll go with Alonso here.
If you are new to the brand, these are not just 5 names that we just come up with. Snake does the work, SportsLine does the analysis, and we present them to you. We hit these quite a bit. Sniper, you're the man. Thank you very much. Zack Attack, I'm coming over to you, big boy. Who do you think goes the yard tonight?
You must have known, Coach, because I also have Pete Alonso plus 450, and a couple of things that Snyder just said. Sniper just said a rare long streak with Pete Alonso not hitting a home run, 9-game stretch. Also has only 1 double during that stretch, so you know that power is going to come back overdue to break out of that slump. And this is going to be his 4th and final series against this Miami Marlins team, so I think it's a good chance for him to break out tonight.
I do too. I'm starting to feel it. You guys are convincing me. Mikey B, talk to me.
Yeah, Buckets is in the chat, so I have to take Buckets guy. I'll go Jorge Soler facing lefty Joey Lucchesi tonight. He is slugging .710 against lefties this season. Since coming off the IL, Soler is also on a bit of a hot streak. He's 10 for 24 over 7 games. So I'll take Buckets guy and go Jorge Soler.
And Miami is just one game out of a wild card spot with 6 games to play. They still have something to prove. I like teams like that. Counselor, where are you going, sir?
Well, first of all, that's very interesting that you like teams like that. Perhaps that's a little foreshadowing for my pick, but I'm going to the late game. I'm going to the Astros. I like Yordan Alvarez. I often pick him when we go to these home run props, and he gets George Kirby, who just hasn't been pitching well lately. And in my opinion, he's certainly allowing a lot of contact. I think Yordan's going to get the better of him today at plus 275. I don't hate it.
A lot of great information right there. Use it for yourself. Hashtag educate and entertain. Now, we're coming up on a month, and we hear all of you, and we're actively working behind the scenes because we want to have a lot of fun with our partnership with BetMGM, but we're just in the early stages. We're just collecting people right now. But what do I tell you all the time? If you are a new BetMGM customer, you can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you'll receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome, with bonus code EDGE200. Now, it's always a busy week. Last night, if you watched Primetime Early Edge, you saw Proppy in a dress shirt, live on HQ, live on our show. That's next level production right there. But my crew is always there.
Well, you need your sports news anywhere?
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
Anywhere, all the time. Oh, I love that. I love that little catch. Now, believe me, I got a meeting to get on the board for some of these faces to show up in these promos. I don't know what they're talking about. All right. Gentlemen, you guys look like rabid dogs ready to come out of a corner because you are always locked and loaded and ready to go. So as I look at my notes, this is how good of a mood I'm in this morning. I'm even willing to start with an under. That's how good of a mood I'm in this morning. So, Zack Attack, I'm coming to you first, big boy. Where are we going?
All right, Coach. I'm going with another strikeout prop. I know last week, I've got to redeem myself for last week. I think I had Michael King, and he did not get it done. But I'm going Kevin Gausman under 7.5 Ks. It's in that -110 to -115 range. And you may look at this K prop and say, oh, my goodness, this should be an easy over. Kevin Gausman this year against the Yankees has absolutely dominated them. Three games with double-digit strikeouts, 10, 11 in his last start against the Yankees. Had 10, so he may be in line for that. But I look at also what he's done recently. He struggled a little bit with full counts and walks. In last week's game against the Yankees, he used 46 pitches through the first 2 innings. Started to settle in, got in that groove, but I'm cautious with that. Plus, you have the factor of maybe the Blue Jays having a cushion, a big lead here, being -162 favorites today. May not need Gausman with the playoffs right around the corner. So I'm going to look at going against his season streak this year of double-digit strikeouts and take the under 7.5 Ks -110.
It's such a great point. If they get up by a lot, they would pull him out of the game because currently they're in the second wild card spot, a game and a half ahead of Seattle, tied with the Astros. So the Blue Jays, to Zach's point, has a lot to play for. So does the Miami Marlins. And see, as I come to you, I love it when you can you're kind of like Superman. You walk into a closet, you come out dressed as somebody else. But today is first 5 Sia, which is one of my favorite Sias. You're up.
And today, by the way, I'm dressed like Zack Cimini. If Zack would only put his top button up, we'd essentially be twins. Listen, I'm not betting on the Twins. I'm betting on the Marlins today. Marlins first 5, like you said, Coach. They're at the New York Mets. This is -130. It was -114 last night, so the Marlins are taking some money. Listen, Braxton Garrett is going for the Marlins. He's going against Joey Lucchesi. We talked about him during the home run props. Garrett's not a great pitcher, but he's actually pitching. Lucchesi's pitching well too, but Garrett's pitching pretty well. If you look at his last 4 games, 21 2/3 innings, he's only allowed 2 runs. He's not allowing a ton of contact. And for the record, he pitched against the Mets last week. 5 hits, 0 runs, 7 strikeouts. Now, you might deem that a disadvantage because the Mets get to see him again. Well, it was the exact same situation for the opposing pitcher, Joey Lucchesi, who faced the Marlins. And again, Lucchesi's been good, but against the Marlins, he gave up 2 runs, whereas, of course, Braxton Garrett didn't give up any. I'm just kind of pointing that out just so you have the information. But at the end of the day, I like this Marlins team who has something to play for. The Mets have lost a bundle in a row. They're wilting. Their season is over. I think it's a really good spot to catch the Marlins in desperate situation with a Braxton Garrett who happens to be pitching pretty well. So Marlins first 5 minus 130. It's a good price.
In the middle of the NFL season, I will ask you just one question. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, I still have 2 rock stars ready to go in the starting blocks, ready to fire. But as you know, we are a big company here, and I believe this show will be on every network in the next 12 months. That's what I believe in my gut. But we have a lot of platforms that we can be on, including this one.
The Scudetto, where the soul of Italy meets the pinnacle of calcio. Catch Serie A on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount Plus.
Clearly, Buckets called the promo people and said, throw in a Siri promo for us today. See how that works? All right, Mikey B. I was handicapping a few games this morning because, you know, every now and then I like to sprinkle a little bit or throw some on the show. And 2 of the games that I was going to play, you're already on at SportsLine. So if you want to know which 2 games those are, then you got to become a member. And you got to do it right here, right now. I'm going to do you a solid. Before I even go to Mikey B, I'm going to give you 60% off. The first 3 months, use the promo code COACH. 60% off. After that, we're really going to gouge you. $10 a month. You spent more than that at Starbucks this morning when you went out and got back in time for the show. Let's stop it with the gouging stuff. $10, 60% off. So Mikey B, that's a hell of a runway for you. That's a hell of a runway for you. What do you got for us today?
Man, Coach, you could not have set me up any better. That's why you're the best in the business. All right, so first, we do have those 2 game picks over on SportsLine, but right now we've got a couple of player props on the early edge. First, we're going to go to the Yankees-Blue Jays game. We're going to take Michael King over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 128. Now, he transitioned from reliever to a start towards the end of August, so it took him a little while to build up his pitch count. He's thrown at least 79 pitches in each of his last 3 starts. He had over 100 in his last outing. Now, in all 3 of those starts, he had at least 8 strikeouts. That included when he had 13 strikeouts against the Blue Jays in his last outing. So I think they want to try him out as a starter, see if he can be in the rotation next season. He gets plenty of opportunities tonight to go over that 5.5 strikeouts. And now I want to take a chance on something with plus odds, and I love this one. So we're going to go to the Nationals-Orioles game. Josiah Gray over 2.5 walks at plus 140. Now, he has an 11.6% walk rate this season, 10.9% for his career. He has issued at least 3 walks in 8 of his last 10 starts. He faced the Orioles back in April. He pitched 5 innings, issued 4 walks in that game. At these odds, Coach, I think it's well worth the risk.
You're damn right it is. I love this play. And I also love the chat. I love our universe. I love our fans. Because you guys usually handle stuff so I don't have to anymore. And I love that. Dominic says the new kid is doing nothing but complaining. Why is he here? Go watch something else. If all you're going to do is complain, please go watch something else. All we're trying to do is be the most entertaining show. Check. The smartest show. Check. And also do as much as we can for you. A lot of you want us just to come to your front door and hand you money. It doesn't work that way. Dominic, thank you for checking a few people or the new kid, whoever that may be. Now, whenever I need somebody to check somebody else, I come to my man, Miserable Matt. Can't wait to see the segment this week, Matty. Can we have a little preview? Do you know what your segment's going to be this week? What's going to make you miserable this week?
Well, I mean, I don't know that, obviously, or else I wouldn't play it. I would just try to win money. It's what makes me miserable are the losses. No, actually, something did make me miserable. You just said I basically did show up on people's doorsteps Sunday morning and hand them money because I said the Dolphins were going to blow the Broncos out. And I said Tua over 1.5 touchdowns was the easiest bet you were going to have. And then when I went to do my baseball pick, by the way, I had 1 pick. And right when I got done talking after about 15 seconds, and I said, don't worry, that's all the baseball for the day, somebody in the chat said, oh, thank God. Like, really? And by the way, it was a winner. So you're welcome, whoever you were that said, thank God. You just weren't important enough for me to remember your name. Anyway, on to today's picks.
Let's go. I love that.
In Atlanta, the Cubs have Justin Steele on the bump. He's hit a wall. He's gone about 50 innings over his workload from last year. He's given up 6 runs in each of his last 2 starts. The Braves absolutely feast on lefties. So the Braves are probably going to knock him around the yard. Now, being a Cubs fan, I don't want to actually root for the Braves to score a ton of runs without the Cubs also scoring a bunch. So we're going to go over on the whole game, over 9.5. The good news is on the Cubs side, Bryce Elder, 5.40 ERA in the last 13 starts. The Cubs scored 7 against him in August when they saw him. And the Braves have had the worst bullpen in baseball in the last 30 days. So this one, we should see a lot of scoring there in Atlanta. While we're here, Mr. Acuna, he's only 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs on this one. It's usually 2.5. And I know there's juice on this, but it's only 1.5. He's probably going to go over this to lead off the game, really. He's probably going to lead off with a home run off of Steele. But anyway, he's 3 for 5 with a double against Justin Steele in his career. And I just mentioned the Cubs bullpen is decimated and really worn down. And I have a third. Most people won't be paying attention to the Royals-Tigers game, but we can make some money on it. You might not have noticed because both teams are out of it, or just the Tigers really on this one. Reese Olson, he keeps taking no-hitters late into the game. He's done it against the Reds, against the Yankees, against the Dodgers last time out. He has a 1.50 ERA in his last 5 starts. He's going against Zack of the Royals, who doesn't really go deep into games anymore. He's really up against it and probably is going to retire after this year. Like the Tigers in the first 5, we're going to get the money line there just to get the odds a little bit better because I do believe the Tigers will be leading after 5 innings there on the back of Reese Olson.
I apologize, Snyder. I was just busy reading all of the great comments about you. Dude's a savage.
I'm going to have to go back and read that back.
Absolutely love the sniper. Drop the mic, sniper. That's from our girl, Rebecca. Lori says, fired up sniper. Absolutely love my man. Absolutely love my man. What an important part of the crew he's become.
Sia has something.
I apologize. I was looking down. Sia, what do you got, big boy?
Well, Sniper, you must have known it was about you, and that's why you interrupted Coach's flow. When you got really active there, they gave you a new nickname. Instead of Miserable Matt, they called you the Hyper Sniper, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
Just keep adding them. It's like chat. Apollo Creed when it comes out and he has 75 nicknames in Rocky IV.
Yeah. The Hyper Sniper.
And Sia, by the way, my favorite version of Sia is the lawyer version. That's why you can't see my whole shirt. It actually says Better Call Sia.
Oh, Better Call Sia. If I can ever get that merch store going, that could be another one of them. I'm fighting for it. Trust me, I'm fighting for it. Damn it, so many different ideas. Sometimes I feel like I'm constrained, but we're going to open up. We're going to open up. I promise you that. Thank you all in the chat. Please don't forget to hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of the Snake, always on the 1s and the 2s. How good does this show look? Oh, my God. First 5, Sia says it's the Marlins today on the money line, -130. Sniper, 3 big plays. Let's go Cubs Braves over 9.5. We're getting a break on Ronald Acuna, just over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I know it's -165, but Sniper, sometimes the juice
is worth the squeeze.
You're damn right it is, and today is one of those days. Then we're going to go Tigers first 5. Let's lay the half a run. It's okay. Bring it down to -110. Then Mikey B, 2 big plays today. Michael King over 5.5 Ks, -128. Trying him out. See how far he can go. Then Josiah Gray over 2.5 walks, +140. This is kind of like a futures pick. We're kind of projecting with this one, but I like it. Then Zack Attack, 1 big play today. The Blue Jays are playing the Yankees. Kevin Gossman under 7.5 Ks, -115. A gentle reminder, this is not our only show of the day. Later today, same channel, turn on your notifications at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Me, the maestro, the stoic one, RJ White. We break down every single game, tell you where the value is, the numbers we like early on a Tuesday. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we have our Ryder Cup mega preview. And this year could be one of the great Ryder Cups of all time. Really quickly, Counselor, give me a little preview of your thoughts as we head into the Ryder Cup show tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really interesting because I think a lot of people around these parts just have the automatic reflex to take the American side. I think the European side stacks up really well. We'll obviously talk about it tonight at 7, but there's really some interesting plays you can make. Not all the plays are out because we don't know all the pairings. We're not going to know that maybe for another day or so. But, you can have top European in terms of score. You can have top American. I think there's some pretty good value on some of those players that we know are going to play all 5 matches. And so you really only, in my opinion, there's really only a handful to select from at pretty decent odds. So we're going to take a look at that later tonight.
Later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, the man is one of the very best. It does not matter the sport. Now, quickly, somebody in the chat said, Coach promised us chat picks during the NFL. Taylor, you are right. I did do that. Unfortunately, right now, because we're trying to do so much for you, there are legalese, as we like to call it. We can't just say, hey, we're going to do it and then reward you. We have a legal department that says, hold the phone. So we're working on it. But I promise you, we're going to have some really good contests starting very, very soon. We just got to get through it. In the meantime, we're going to cash a bunch of tickets. So have a great day. Pay it forward. And remember, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know. God, I love this so much. What that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, Zack Attack, Sniper, Mikey B, the counselor, Buckets in the chat, taking the time, even when he's not on the show, to show up. That's what I'm talking about right there. I am simply the coach. Try to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here. Have a great day. Early Edge.